works. The Games have commenced this morning with over 200 attendees, virtually and in person. Why are you here?
So I'm here because I want to support the TCF industry, the textiles, clothing, footwear industry, which includes fashion and uniforms.
Yeah.
So I design uniforms. That's my company, ImageWorks, and I work with government mainly. Well, anyone that wears uniforms really, but a lot of government clients.
Yeah.
To help them with the design of their uniforms, the psychology of their uniforms, and also the procurement of their uniforms, so that government has to tender for uniforms, and big corporates do as well.
So how does sustainability and circular economy play part of that?
Well, I think we all know about the amount of textile waste that goes to landfill.
Yep.
And so obviously that is a big problem that we need to solve very quickly. The thing about the uniforms, I think uniforms are the perfect vehicle to start the textile, to address the textile waste issue.
Yep.
And address a lot of the problems about sustainability in the industry, including, modern slavery, ethical issues as well. Because uniforms are quite a homogenous sort of product. You can get 10,000 shirts that are all made out of the same material, out of the same fabric.
Yeah.
And so they are more easy to understand and to analyse what do we do with them because of the volume of them and the relative simplicity of them and standard nature of them compared to something like fast fashion, where every garment that gets thrown into landfill is different and you don't know whether it's what the fibre composition is. You don't know anything about that garment. Whereas with uniforms, there's a lot more capability to track and trace and for suppliers, because of the value of the contracts, just force the suppliers to be accountable and transparent. And
is that a transitional change? Are they more on board nowadays?
Well, the Modern Slavery Act is a very good start from an ethical perspective. There is some legislation in place around packaging, things like that, but the TCF industry is largely even still unmonitored, particularly in Australia. So Europe is way ahead of us, but we are at least 10 years behind what Europe are doing.
How does that make you feel?
Well, I'm excited to be here today because I feel like there is some momentum building. And Australian Fashion Council are working with the federal government on a textile product stewardship program. So that's a great thing. This event is a great thing. So I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic probably than I was, 6 or 12 months ago.
And what other pain points do you feel within your industry?
Well, obviously cost is an issue that no one wants to bear the cost of this. So actually what we've done as part of our pitch is identified, well, who's responsible for bearing the cost of that. And obviously it needs to be shared because we all share this planet. But I think the role of government is going to be really absolutely essential in because they have the power, the purchasing power, so to either compel or encourage and support suppliers to get their act together basically and
it's
step
a
up.
change that's been a long time in the making, long time coming.
Yeah, it's been never in coming and it's only just starting. And also user awareness and education as well to make them more responsible to return their garments so they can be processed at the end of their lives appropriately.
That's right. And I think it starts with that marketing process as well, for that consumer understanding where the product comes from, how long it's taken to make it, what's the longevity of it, how long will you wear it, and then once you dispose of it, where does it go?
And the other reason I'm here today is actually because it's time that South Australia put their hands up to be part of the Australian national industry. Because there used to be great manufacturing here. Levi's used to have a factory here, Levi's jeans, right? All that, most of that has gone now. and it's time to bring it back and time for South Australia to step up. On the national
Good
level,
call.
at least, yeah.
Thank you, Pamela. So nice to run into you. Thanks for explaining all of that.
Thanks very much.